90%. Connected to Srinivas Saradari.
असङ्गोऽहं पुनः पुनः सच्चिदानन्दरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः नित्यशुद्धविमुक्तोऽहम् निराकारोऽहमव्ययः भूमानन्दस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः नित्योऽहं निरवद्योऽहम् निराकारोऽहमच्युतः परमानन्दरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः शुद्धचैतन्यरूपोऽहम् आत्मा रामोऽहमेव च अखण्डानन्दरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः प्रत्यक्षचैतन्यरूपोऽहम् शान्तोऽहं प्रकृतेः परः शाश्वतानन्दरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः तत्त्वातीतपरात्माहम् मध्यातीतः परशिवः मायातीतपरञ्ज्योतिः अहमेवाहमव्ययः नानारूपव्यतीतोऽहम् चिदाकारोऽहमच्युतः सुखरूपस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः माया तत्कार्यदेहादि मम नास्त्येव सर्वदा स्वप्रकाशैकरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः गुणत्रयव्यतीतोऽहम् ब्रह्मादीना
Call ended.
अनन्तानन्दरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः अन्तर्ज्योतिस्वरूपोऽहम् अचलोऽहं सनातनः सर्वसाक्षिस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः प्रज्ञानघन एवाहम् विज्ञानघन एव च अकर्ताहम् अभोक्ताहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः निराधारस्वरूपोऽहम् सर्वाधारोऽहमेव च आप्तकामस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः तापत्रयविनिर्मुक्तः देहत्रयविलक्षणः अवस्थात्रयसाक्ष्यस्मि अहमेवाहमव्ययः दृग्दृश्यौ द्वौ पदार्थौ स्तः परस्परविलक्षणौ दृग्ब्रह्मदृश्यं मायेति सर्ववेदान्तडिण्डिमः अहं साक्षीति यो विद्यात् विविच्यैवं पुनः पुनः स एव मुक्तः स विद्वान् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः घटकुड्यादिकं सर्वं मृत्तिकामात्रमेव च तद्वद्ब्रह्म जगत्सर्वम् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः ब्रह्म सत्यं जगन्मिथ्या जीवो ब्रह्मैव नापरः अनेन वेद्यं सच्छास्त्रम् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः अन्तर्ज्योति बहिर्ज्योतिः प्रत्यग्ज्योतिः परात्परः ज्योतिज्योति स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिशिवोऽस्म्यहम् ज्योतिज्योति स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिशिवोऽस्म्यहम्।
Hari Om. Good evening. A very warm welcome to all of you. Please come. Let's use the power of joint prayers and invoke blessings of the Divine. Sato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya sahana vavatu sahano bhunakto sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvina vadhitamastu ma vedvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. O Lord of the Universe, the Omniscient, the Omnipotent, the Omnipresent, who also has the divine names Dharmi, to such a Supreme Almighty, together with Shraddha, Bhakti and Prapatti, we offer our humble salutations. To seek His grace, His love, His benevolence, His affection, His kindness, His forgiveness, His strength, His support. O Lord, bless us with the divine qualities in a much more enhanced proportion. This is only and only to understand Thy true self in our very own hearts as a very self-experience, the Aparoksha Anubhuthi. And this can happen only and only with Your abundant grace. You have been giving us the knowledge. You have been showing us the way. We beseech in You to give us the willpower and strength to progress on this path, and eventually we become one with You. Our humble salutations to the Guru Parampara. Om Tat Sat. By the abundant grace of the Almighty, and the blessings of the Guru Parampara. Today we are on our Divine Discourse number 438 and Aparoksha Anubhuthi, session 26. On the 12th of August 2025, Swasti Shri Vishwavasunama Samvatsara Dakshinayana Varsharutu Shravana Masa Krishna Paksha Bhauma Vasare Chaturtyatito Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra Sukarma Yoge Bhavakarane. On this auspicious day of Tuesday, the Shravana Sankashti, and the auspicious time of the evening, we offer our special prayers to Lord Ganapati to ward off all the obstacles, hurdles, impediments which are blocking our way towards seeking this divine knowledge. We beseech in the Almighty to bless us with the right understanding, to give us the right circumstances in life so that we continue to pursue this path, to give us the ability to control our vasanas which do not impediment our growth. Our humble salutations to the Guru Parampara once again. Om Tat Sat. Good evening, everybody. A very warm welcome. See, now as we have seen, if you look at the macro picture, like you go to a zoo and then let's say you ask somebody over there, how much time does it take to visit the entire zoo premises? He says, maybe sir, at least 7-8 hours. You need 7-8 hours. But we have not come with so much time in our hands. We just have about 4 hours, let's say. So now what you do is you look at the map. And then you first identify where you are. You know, there is a spot there, an arrow mark saying you are here. We see this. Okay, I am here. I understood now on the map where we are. And then you start looking at what are the various animals, birds, creatures in the zoo which interests you. Okay, I want to see so and so, so and so, so and so. You start making an idea. And now how far is it from where you are? See, we have done all this. Many a times we do this micro and macro calculations. So in the same way, it's not about what your age is. Someone who is in 80s, he may still live further for another 10 years, 15 years. And somebody who is in his 40 may collapse in a year or two. So death is not in our hands. So what we need to do is take the shortest possible step here. Looking into the macro picture, and your micro analysis should be, how fast can I get this knowledge? Okay, once you have got the knowledge, then you start your detailed journey, study. That doesn't matter, because you will be enjoying it, you know it. Sometimes, we go for a movie for the second time. Are you've already seen? No, but I want to see again. Why do you say that? Because you like the movie. and you will enjoy it much better. You will understand it much better. You will get a better feeling the second time when you go, sometimes even the third time also. So before anything strikes us, any calamity strikes us, get this and then live your life fully. You want to be in this knowledge, meaning study this knowledge again, you can. You want to do bhakti, only bhakti, you can. You want to do only pilgrimage, you can. You want to do only seva, you can. See, you get various options because you have already accomplished what you want to accomplish. But without accomplishing this, if you are giving importance for too many things, then it can result in a situation where it is, as they say, a slip between the cup and the lip. You got a nice cup of tea, you're taking it to your lips, and there's a slip. And the whole thing falls down on your dress. Now you're not worried about the tea anymore. You're worried about your dress. And you get into that, your mood is gone, all that. So, and I tell you, this doesn't need that great amount of time. But what it needs is that earnestness. You show your earnestness. There is nothing more important for me in my life, and you see how magic happens in your life. If you see, give it as an option, then it is going to be purely optional. That will say, okay, it is my option to give you when I want to appear. You will understand everything. See, the difference is whatever we are studying, they are like indicators. You have the signs. Okay, go right, go left, go straight, take a U-turn. All these are indicators. You know now where to go. Then what is the difference between learning and practicing? Is knowing the indication is learning, and going that way is practice. Hey, I know everything, how to go, I know. But have you gone? No, I have yet to go. So don't just stop here. And simple techniques, all these, what are there? You have to just do a repetition of what you learn. You have to unwind your brain. It is just the default setting. As I earlier gave you an example, you buy a phone and there is a music ringtone which is already set by default. You don't like it. So in 3 or 4 steps, what you do? You change the default setting. So we have all come, jivas have come, factory product with a default setting, with that ajnana. Now jnana is coming to us. Okay, I know how to change the default setting, but I don't have the zeal to change it. I'll say, I'll do it some other time. I'll do it some other time. Till then, the same thing will continue. So, most important, these simple techniques, what we are going to talk about today, and also henceforth, Aparoksha Anubhuthi is all about practice. Rest of all the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the so-called Prasthanatraya, what we say, and the Prakarana Granthas, other Prakarana Granthas, even the Brahma Sutras also, that's all knowledge, meaning they are only signs and indications. Aparoksha Anubhuthi is one text which teaches you how to do. And the next text what we will be doing is one step further higher, which comes from the Viveka Chudamani, only 10 shlokas, aids to meditation. How to make use of these shlokas which help you in meditation. See, when you sing a song, what does your mind think? It goes with the lyrics of the song, and you get lost in that lyrics, isn't it? Like as though you are the hero or the heroine, and if you have seen the movie, you will just go in that way. That's a very good feeling you get. Why do you sing again and again? Because it rings a nice tune in your ears, and it gives you a nice feeling. That's the reason we Whatever we like doing again and again, we keep doing again and again. So in the same way, now these 10 powerfully packed shlokas, they talk about the Paramatma Tattva. And when you start singing that, having known the meaning, then you will stay in that bliss. That experience of that bliss itself is something commendable, paramount. So after this, we'll be doing that. Okay, so now, what is the macro picture? We are in front of the zoo board now. We have little time. I don't want to do the entire 8 hours. Let's say I've got only 1.5 hour time, not even 4 hours. I am going to go only to the main topics. I want to see the tigers, I want to see the lions. Okay, then I am interested in some birds. I'm going to go to those core areas, and then I'll see where they are, how far they're situated. Something is in the north, something is in the south. It's going to take a lot of time. Then again I have to calculate if my traveling time is more. So to give you that picture, we have just come with ignorance that we are the doer. This is the only wrong thing which has put you in samsara. There is nothing else other than this. What we think we are the doer. But actually, who is the doer? It is that power in us which is enabling us. Like if a mobile phone says, look, see how well I am talking. Now, how are you able to talk in the mobile phone? It is that power which is there behind your mobile that is enabling you to talk. You may have the best of the mic or the speaker or whatever apparatus, but if there is no power, what will your mobile do? It is dead. We call, my phone went dead. We don't have to change the world or give up anything in this world. Anything which is happening to you, understand it is happening by the power of your prarabdha karma. Any good, any bad, you may be studying this. That doesn't mean to say that everything good only will happen to you. Nothing to think on those lines. Whatever has to come to you as per your prarabdha karma will come. Whatever has to go away from you as per your prarabdha will continue to happen that way. But what you will gain here is nothing will disturb you. Enormous amount of peace. You will get that feeling of kritakrityasya. I have done all that I want to do. I don't want to do anything more. I have done everything. Praptasya prapti. I have got all what I want to get. You go to a mall and then you meet a friend. When you're going outside, a friend comes and he says, come, we are just entering. Come with us, let's spend an hour together. You have anything to buy? You say, no, I have bought everything. I don't have anything. My entire list is all tick. Praptasya prapti. Whatever I needed to get, I got. Jnatasya jnata. Whatever I need to learn, understand, everything I have learnt. See, these are our main quests, We want to get something, we want to experience something, or we want to know something. These are the pivotal fulcrum on which we are living. So that will be a natural state. And this is not book knowledge I'm saying, I'm talking out of my own self-experience. So that peace will be there, which you have been running all along your life. You will start experiencing it, meaning you will start getting it. What better benefit you want in life, or attainment or gain you want in life? So you are not going to lose anything. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Something will happen to you and suddenly you will get into a different world and everything will be the same. So you're not giving up anything. So what you're doing is identifying what is the true substance or the foundational substance and what is the apparent or the dependent substance. This is all we need to understand over here. And you know the true substance, the fundamental substance, the foundational substance. Once you are established in that substance, then your job is done. Look at everything in the world, but with that special lens. The Jnana Chakshu, what we call. With that you see the same thing, but with eyes of knowledge. This is what the Lord is trying to tell over here. Why are you encroaching in what I have done? See, He's so kind. He says, okay, you have encroached. Fine. Then whatever you need to get, for the good, I'll give you positive marks, which you will start experiencing good, which is out of your punya. And for the wrong things you do, I'll give you negative points where you'll have to pay a fine. And that fine definitely pinches you, which is hurts you, causes dukkha, sorrow. That's all. So now this is a cycle. So to come out of this cycle, what you have to do is know that you are not the doer. And for knowing that, this knowledge, where we are seeing these shlokas are all on those lines only, just trying to say, go back and see, go back and see, go back and see. That's all. Okay. So I'll give you a gist of, quickly we'll go through what we have learnt in the last session, and then we'll go to verse 62. We'll try to complete about 4 verses this time. Okay. So what we learnt in our previous session was our life should be where we are now living for happiness. It should transform to we live from happiness. Meaning we are generating happiness within ourselves. This comes from the Taittiriya Upanishad, Anandavalli. So we are not making a living for happiness. I am living from happiness within myself. And as we saw 48-49, Maya is throwing a variety, and it is saying that, look, everything is that Lord and Lord alone. And then verse 50 told us about the substratum, the foundation. 51-54, fear and sorrow. We all experience fear and sorrow. Now that is coming from ignorance. And 55 and 57, what is the true nature of Jiva and Ishvara? And how these 3 states have been set up in our life: waking, dream, and deep sleep. And immediately the next verse says, you are not these 3 states, but you are that Turiya which is observing all the 3 states. So as we discussed earlier, life is nothing but going to the higher reality. You're just trying to elevate yourself. So keep moving to the higher reality, and understand the highest reality is Turiya, the one which is seeing all these 3 states. And then the examples start. 59, 60, 61, we saw the pot and clay, the shell, the seashell and the silver, then the sky with the blueness in the sky, and then the mirage. How this mithya, that apparent illusion, it covers the real. And then how do we get this knowledge? Paroksha, Pratyaksha, Aparoksha. We learnt about all this. And then what is this Sakshi Bhava? Now today we are going to learn how to be in the state of witness. Sakshi Bhava is witness. We have discussed it in the past, but I'm going to tell again. These are the exercises what you need to do. Continuous basis. You have to constantly move from the I. I will give you again a macro picture of what is the highest state we have to reach in 3 steps. First step is where we are. Second step is where we need to go as an intermediary step. And the third one is the ultimate step. So there is only one step in between which you have to cross from where you are to reach the ultimate. So what are those 3? And what do I practice? So, and then we discussed about how we can start with a 3-minute detached way of in life, how I stay, and slowly extend that. And again see for yourself that you are not in that triputi. Triputi is the tripod. The seer, the seen, and the process of seeing. Nothing should be there. This is you have to practice. And then whenever we chant Om, negate the Stula, Sukshma, Karana, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, then the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Dehatita, then Avastatraya, then Gunatraya. You cross all this. So this way then we learnt about the FIR and how this body, mind that puts you in this ignorance, that also we understood. So in this way, now having come up to this stage, now we continue our journey with verse number 62. Come, let's take verse number 62. Yathaiva shunye vetalo gandharvanam puram yatha yatha kashe dvichandratva tadvat satye jagat stitihi. Now if you see here, as a ghost in an empty space, now they are giving various illusions. These are all illusions. He says, don't think that what you are seeing this world is nothing greater than an illusion. Why are they talking about all this to us? That Gandharvas, you see a palace in the sky, you see a ghost in empty space. Why are we talking? Just to know that what you are seeing this world as is just like an illusion. That is not the truth. And what is the truth? We're going to discuss that. So now the gist of this thing is, as a ghost in empty space, a city of Gandharvas in clouds, or you see 2 moons by a faulty eye, so too this world appears as Brahman, which is actually Brahman, but it doesn't appear like that. So 3 illusions: ghost in space, pure imagination. Sometimes we have experienced this. We are walking in a lonely place, it is dark, and then you get some weird sounds of the wind, and then suddenly you see some kind of a person appearing in front of you, that is a ghost, where you cannot see him properly, and you start getting scared. Now, how did it happen? That is the crux over here. It happened because you imagined something. It's pure imagination. There is nothing over there, but you imagine that there is some person over there. Say there is a light post, and on that light post, somewhere by the wind a cloth has come and it's hung on that post. And if it is a white cloth, all the more it is scary. Okay, there you see a white cloth and that person there, and as though that person is waiting for you, kind. Now where all this is happening? Pure imagination. And the next one he says is Gandharvanam, meaning you see in a cloud, you see palaces, and then you see a kind of a fort around the palaces. You see that there is a great city, Now these shapes, whatever you are seeing, they mislead you to be looking like palaces. Again, where does this happen? In your mind, which is imagination. So they are trying to tell you your mind is good at throwing imaginations and fooling you. So that is what Bhagavan Shankaracharya is trying to point out over here. Don't think the mind is your friend. It is always trying to trap you. And then sometimes you have experienced, see, he goes to any extent to not leave a simple example. You're looking at a moon, let's say, and you press your eyes. You will see two moons. That is a perpetual error of the disturbed lens in your eyes. You just press this and you can see two. You don't have to wait for the moon to come. Right now you can look at, if you have one fan, you press your eye and you say suddenly you will see two fans on the ceiling. Not that there are two fans over there. There is only one fan. So that error in the lens. Now this way, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, this Jagat is nothing but a superimposition on that Satyatva or the Brahma Tattva. The Satyatva is Paramatma Tattva. Now what you have done with your own imagination, because you are good at all this. You see a seashell and you think it is silver. So many things which we have seen in the past. You see a cloud and you say, array, it is a palace there in the sky. So Advaita doesn't say nothing exists. Please understand this. It says everything is real as Paramatma and Brahman alone. Like I am saying, the world, whatever you are seeing, is like a pot. And what they are trying to tell us over here, our Guru is trying to tell us over here, is saying, Baba, you are looking at the world, which is like a pot, but know that the world is nothing but Brahman, just like a pot is nothing but clay and clay alone. That's all they are trying to tell us. You keep looking at the world, no harm, but not as a world and world per se, but look at the foundation to the world, which is that Paramatma Tattva. And that we call as Sat Chit Anand, existence, consciousness. These two are essential. So, this way the world is mithya. Mithya means, again, see, we have not understood this term properly. Mithya is just a dependent reality. It's not absolute. If a person is spending by a credit card, he is dependent on the bank. Anytime the bank can stop his card, make it invalid. That is mithya. He is living on mithya. You can call it as mithya. It is dependent. But if you have your own cash, you have cash, not even a debit card. There could be some technical error and your card may not flash, but you have hard cash in your pocket. So that is the truth. Truth, greater truth than the credit card. So now why this error is happening? Because that ignorance, which we term it as Maya, is like that kind of, pressing your eye. It is pressing your eye and making it look different. Different in the sense, it is one, it makes it looks like two. How do I do it? Correct the lens. The second moon will go away. Get the knowledge, and then you will know what is the foundation, substratum of this entire creation. So this way. Now, okay, this is as far as my knowledge is concerned. Where am I going wrong? So now here again we have to understand a little more in detail about that awareness. Yeah, you are saying, no, focus on that awareness. Yes, I am aware. Understand, we have got two awareness. What you are aware of is not the right awareness. First of all, I don't know that there are two. And in that too, which is right, which is wrong, how do I know? Unless I have that knowledge. Yes, this is a very good question. And to get this knowledge, those pure souls, evolved souls, and blessed souls, they get an opportunity to listen to this and make a transformation in their life. So that you have to move from karta to an akarta. Karta is I am the doer. But actually speaking, I am not the doer. Like how a pot borrows its existence from clay, we too are on borrowed existence. Know that, oh, behind me, this is the true power in me. And staying in that reality and knowing that, yes, I know it is all coming from that true reality. And then slowly become that reality. That is our journey over here. And being in that reality meaning you should not be in all these three states. You should be in the Turiya, the fourth state, who is seeing all these states. So here, the world is not stolen from you. Its status is corrected. That's all. What you touch, see, experience, hear, smell as the world is nothing but that Brahman and Brahman alone. The Paramatma and Paramatma alone. Just like you take a pot and you touch it wherever you want to touch, inside, outside, top, bottom, everywhere it is clay and clay only. So now what you have to ask yourself, what is this appearing? You just say, all this I am seeing is that and that alone. That's all. That's the only correction we need to do. Now I'll teach you about what are these two awareness, and this is a very profound exercise, because this is where we get stuck. When we say be in that awareness, meaning we are in that awareness backed by ego. Now, how do I know that which is the egoistic awareness, and what is that other awareness you are talking about? I have no idea, please. So, when you see, now in a common situation in life, now you are listening to me. When you are listening, what is the process which is happening? For a common person understanding, you are ensuring that there are no external sounds which disturbs your listening. Okay, you tell whoever is there, please don't come and disturb in between, because I'll miss on listening to something. I want to be in the flow. So you have made up your mind that I have a task in front of me which I myself have designed it. I have my choice to do that. I want to hear to this. Okay, it could be hearing, seeing, smelling, touching, tasting, whatever it is. Now when you are doing what is there, the primary essence over here is, it is about the I. Look at that. Now that kind of a feeling that I have to listen to this, I have to gain this knowledge, I have to practice this, and I'll do this way, I'll do that way. I didn't understand. Last time was much better. I don't know why I'm not understanding this time. Maybe I'm not concentrating. See, now all this is happening in the state of a karta, which we call as a pramata. Now here we're talking about knowing, so it is pramata. Doing, it comes to karta. And if it is experiencing, then it is termed as bhokta. So now the person who wants to know is a pramata. How does he know? If I want to know something to hear, I hear with my ears. So the instruments of knowledge to hear is pramana. To see are the eyes, pramana. To taste, I need my tongue, pramana. So me as a pramata, using these pramanas, meaning these instruments of knowledge, what I do is I move forward in the world to know, which is known as prameyam. What is that prameyam? What I want to know, that object of knowledge. If I want to know about Paramatma Tattva, that is my object of knowledge. If I want to know about a particular song, that is my object of knowledge. So this way, this person, after knowing the object of knowledge, eventually he gains prama, which is knowledge. See, these are four things here. The pramata, the knower, using pramana, the objects of knowledge, eyes, ears, skin, tongue, smell, comes to know of something, prameya, and gains knowledge of, that is known as prama. Prameya is that object which he learned. So now all this, if you see, there is a process where it is, you have that feeling that I am the doer. Ask yourself this question. Yes. In entire scope of this whole exercise, I want to do this, I want to know this, I want to achieve this, and I have got it. So this is that. Now what we have to do is know the difference, that this awareness is not what we are talking about. We are talking of the second kind of awareness, which generally nobody will know unless and until they study Vedanta. Now what is that? Now here Vedanta tells us is that awareness which is behind the awareness, so-called awareness which you have thought, that is what you need to be aware of. How to understand this? You know how you are structured? You have a mind. Now there is consciousness all around. That consciousness shining on your mind, what it does, immediately it completely envelops your mind with that awareness. And the mind which is completely in alignment with the body, body also gets that awareness. Up to what? Up to the tip of your nail. So now this entire body, entire mind is completely in this state of awareness. And there what has intruded is the I has intruded. And it says, look, I have done this. Now, this is where we need to make that chip off. That I is the culprit over here. Otherwise everything is happening naturally. But this I comes in between and it puts it hold, saying, I am doing this. This is where we get into samsara. This is the only thing which you need to understand. If you understand this and you live in this thought, you are done. It's like you're able to see the whole zoo in 1 hour's time. How? There will be a buggy which comes over there, and that one of the chief guides of the zoo, he'll come there and he'll take you, even if there is a queue, he'll take you through a special entry, and everything he'll show you to the best extent possible, and he'll leave you to the main gate. All this, how it happened? Because you got this knowledge. So this is one small thing. So if you see, for the first 40 verses, what did we do? We were only separating this jiva from the Paramatma Tattva. Jiva in the sense, this body, this mind, these senses, all the apparatus connected, which are connected to the I. Now that we separated. Now if you want to understand this, I'll give you an example. Moonlight. You are in moonlight and you say, wow, what a beautiful moonlight today. Look at the moon. It's shining and such cool, calm moon rays are thrown onto the earth. So you think that, oh, this moon is the doer. It is giving me light. But having studied science, what we understand, moon has got no light of its own. It is the reflection of the sun through the moon where we experience moonlight. So whatever we are now living in is by the reflected consciousness, which is nothing but the moonlight. Mind is like the moon, which is reflecting the sunlight. And what is the sun? That pure consciousness is the sun. So what is the second awareness? The second awareness is the sun, and the first awareness is the moon. Now along we have considered moon to be the true awareness. No. And the culprit in the wrong awareness is again that aham bhava. I am the doer. So this way, understand the situation and know what is the right truth behind this whole exercise and live in that. Okay. So by this way, give up the kartrutva, the agency. You are not doing anything over here. It's all happening because you are supported by a power, a strength, and know from where it is coming. Okay, now we come to this exercise, a very simple but you need to do. So I told you, knowing and doing, these are two different things. Knowing where to go somewhere is one part, that is knowledge, and actually going will take you to that place. Otherwise, you will not go there, how much ever you may know. So we are really what? That supreme consciousness, which we call as the witness consciousness and the chit awareness, but we have no understanding of the fact. So rather we see ourselves as the awareness which we currently feel in the mind. Isn't it? What we are feeling, oh, I said I am this awareness, but it is not. Now as we have understood. Now what should my journey be ahead? First and foremost, wherever that I factor is coming, remove that I factor which has merged with the Chidabhasa, that is the reflected consciousness. Now you have the awareness in you, remove that I factor. If you are able to remove this I factor, you have already crossed 50% of your journey at one stroke. Stage 2. Know and be in the awareness as a witness of whatever you are aware of. This is the one step in between you have to take. Removing the I and putting your step into the stage 2 is I am aware of everything that is happening in my body, in my mind, and in and around me. What difficult it is, tell me? As you are looking at different people and understanding what is happening, you are a witness to that. That's all. You're looking at your spouse, you're looking at your parents, you're looking at your in-laws, you're looking at your children, you're looking at other people. In the same way, look at your own self. And then the third stage is lift yourself from the mind and just be. Outside what? The Triputi. There is no experience, there is no experiencer, nor there is the experienced ED. This is Triputi. For that, what you have to do? Stop everything and just be. So that will be your true state, which is the true awareness. You got this? Now, how do I practice this? To go there, I need to practice. So you start with this in your mind. I am the awareness, aware of this action which is happening. Now I am the awareness, aware of the talking I am doing. In your case, I am the awareness, aware of the hearing which is happening in this body, mind, consciousness. I am the aware of this seeing, I am the aware of this tasting, I am the aware of this touching, I am the aware of this giving, this taking, this walking, this talking, everything I am aware of this. As simple as that. Every action, you can see it may be a sudden burden on you to do for a longer extended period of time. Start with again 3 minutes and you will see slowly you start doing 5 minutes. Then you start doing extended 7 minutes, 10 minutes. You know there's one great advantage in doing this, which I've tested. Especially when there is a physical activity. See, we are used to doing vinyasa. Okay, that is a yogic practice where I used to see me as a doer, what is the amount of strain I get. And that's not just by my own feeling, I was tapping it with the heartbeat. To what level is my strain level going and what is my heartbeat rate. Okay, when I am the doer, and then you come into a state of awareness, which is I am only observing. I am the awareness in which this body, mind and prana is doing this vinyasa. And then when I saw there was a dramatic change in this course, which means when I'm in that state of awareness, the entire, your heart rate comes down, your exertion rate comes down. See, a simple exercise. At one stroke only I'm saying, if you go more and more deeper into it, so your entire life, all activities, being in that state of awareness, whatever you are doing, an X amount of effort which you are putting, you don't have to put that much. Like if your vehicle is able to go for 10 kilometers in 1 liter of petrol, now it can easily travel for 20 kilometers in that same 1 liter of petrol. See what a good deal is this. These are the immediate benefits which you will get. So being in that state of awareness, you constantly move ahead. Okay, I think it's already 6:55. Now we move to verse number 63. You got this? The technique is here. Now how to develop that neuron activity, I'll talk about that also. Okay, I'll take it right away. Now, to change your systems in your brain, where you're now constructing new modules, like for example, within your house you want to create an additional room, or you want to have some kind of a work done, so you need material for that. So now what we are using is that neuron capacity, which generally they start depleting. Now here you are strengthening those neuron capacity. It's like the material for what you need for construction. Now that we are going to enhance, and a very simple technique. This you can use for your routine work also, for your studies, for your job, your profession, your business. You can use for everything. Your brain is at a much higher level. So we are using now especially for learning this knowledge. Okay, now your middle finger goes over your index finger. Okay, this is the first thing you have to do. And then intertwine here, the ring finger goes over the small finger. Got it? Simple. So then you start turning this thumb like this, circular movement, circular, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Just do this about 40-50 times. Whenever you get a chance, your neural activity will start increasing in your brain, and your brain will be in a much better position to do all what you are learning, meaning take, assimilate and cooperate with you. Is this clear? Little finger, on the little finger rests the middle finger. The ring finger, and the middle finger will rest on the index finger, and thumb is which rotates this way, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay, I will talk about the more analysis to this some other time. Now, having known this, you can right away start with this, the awareness exercise followed by this physical exercise to charge your brain. Do Brahmari as well, that also will support you to a lot. Anulom Vilom, and in this way now you allow that knowledge, and you are talking to somebody. I am not talking. The awareness is aware of the talking which is happening in this body. So you are immediately going to the state of a Sakshi Bhava. Now from Sakshi Bhava to go to the next state, that you don't have to worry, that will happen automatically. There you just need to be quiet. See, you must have taken you're going to a friend's place, let's say. You must have taken a flight, and from there you took another auto or a taxi and you went to your friend's place, and then what you do? You ring the bell. You ring the bell and do what? You have to just stand quiet. When they open the door, you will go inside, that's all. You can't do anything else. You can't dance, you can't jump, you can't shout. You just ring the bell. So now that's all. Going to the Sakshi Bhava and staying silent. So that's why I said that earnestness, if there is more earnestness, keenness, and in your daily life, if you show yourself to be that this is my top end priority of my life, then you will get it. Otherwise it will be like you will be on a wait list. You will not be able to achieve this. I am also very clear on this. Okay, come. We'll go to verse 63. Yatha taranga kalloleihi jalam eva spurati alam patra rupena tamram hi brahmandaidhaihi tatha atmata. I have broken these sandhis over here. That's why you are seeing that difference. Okay, now what is this saying? These are all it's giving that comparison for us. Just as waves, foam, bubbles are only water, the pots, the plates, the jugs are only copper. Now he has moved from clay to copper. He's saying everybody does not use only clay pots. There are some people who also use metal utensils. So he says the copper pot or the copper plate or the copper jug, all these are only copper. Likewise, the countless universes are nothing but that Atman, Paramatma, Brahman. So now what do we derive from here? Many shapes, many names, but the substance is only one. Let it be a jug, let it be a pot, let it be a spoon, let it be a tumbler. But what is it? Copper. Any number of names, substances, shapes, but the substance is only one. Now then, let's go dive deeper. What is this substance and appearance? Like wave. It's just water doing the wave things, that's all. The water is behaving in different ways. It is dancing in different ways. What is this pot, plate, jug? It is the second thing. What is the first thing? It is copper in different shapes. Likewise, the jivas, the worlds, the galaxies, the multiverses, all the other creatures, consciousness, it is wearing different costumes. And then understand this cycle of creation, it doesn't touch the substance. Shrishti, Sthiti, Laya. what we call as creation, existence, dissolution, that it is not touched. Like as this water, it is untouched while the waves rise and fall. It doesn't do anything for the water. So this mithya, what we call, this universe is a dependent reality. Just like a tumbler is dependent on the copper. So Brahman is the real, and the entire world is dependent on Brahman. And some other finer points are space, time, they all appear in our mind. Where is somebody? He is in so and so place. So in that space they are. Place meaning space. And in a particular frame of time, whenever you think of somebody being somewhere, yes, there is a time to it also. If they are in India, there is a particular time. If they are in the US, there is a particular time. In Europe, there is a particular time. So whatever is happening in your mind is all happening in time and space. So this way, now we have to spot this substance behind every shape. If you want to get the crux, I'm repeating again, know the substance behind the shape. Like wave, you see a wave, know that there is water. You see a pot, know that there is copper. You see world, look at Brahman. Know that there is Brahman and Brahman only. So when you rest in that awareness, when that knowledge comes deep in you, then the diverse universe will all seem as one. Just like you go to a shop which is selling copper utensils, only copper. Every utensil you see over there, different utensils. If I have to tell me what are you seeing here? I am seeing copper. You're right. All these are nothing but one. So look at any object, mentally what you need to say? Nama Rupa. Name and form. I'm not interested. What's the substance? Look at the substance. Just like you saw the waves and you know water. You saw the tumbler, copper. You look at the world. In the world you see anything but that Parabrahman. And how do you define him? Sat Chit. Existence, consciousness. So this way, your mind has to start continuously thinking about this. That is when your journey has started. Now you have known this, you know the indications, go straight, then take a right, this, that, all that is fine. But start your journey. That will take you to where you need to reach. Okay. Now, we go to the next verse, 64. Ghatanamna yata prithvi patanamna hi tantavaha jagannamna chidabhati gneyam tattat abhavataha. So what is being told over here? Ghata, Pata and Jagat. Three things they are talking about here. Ghata is pot, Pata is cloth, and then the Jagat is world. When you say pot, immediately what should come to your mind? Now Nama Rupa is not of relevance to us. What is relevance? What is behind the name and the form? That is the eye of wisdom, Jnana Chakshu. That is the lens correction which you are doing over here. Anything you see, address it as Brahman. Pot, mind, clay. Cloth, then you say threads. World, consciousness. So this Ghata is just a name on clay. This Pata, the cloth, is a name on the threads. Likewise, the world Jagat is only an appearance in consciousness. Drop the name, Nama, form, Rupa, which amounts to usage, Nama Rupa Vyavahara, what we call. They are for a name. And the substance stands revealed as Sat Chit Ananda. So names aren't substances. Saying pot, cloth, world, they don't add a second reality over the clay, threads and consciousness. Look at this argument. When you say clay, thread and consciousness, there is no second reality, but just because of the purpose and identification, we are using the Nama and the Rupa. Otherwise, what meaning does it have? So how to know the Gneyam, that is the Tattvataha? So mentally negate the label. Whatever label you are getting, label in the sense Nama Rupa you are getting, and look for the inside of the label. What remains without the label? Look at that. What survives every rename, when you rename everything, it is that real. What is that real now? It is that which is in you, that substance, Tvam. So that I, what is there, which I had taken to be myself, egoistic I, myself. Remove that. So now if I have to constantly practice, name, form. What's the substance? Track it back. Just go backwards. Object is there, which could be object, a perception or a thought. I am that awareness behind it. Anything which you see. I got a thought. I am the awareness behind the thought. Don't get lost in the thought. I got a feeling. I am the awareness behind the feeling. Whatever kind of feeling. I am perceiving something, seeing, touching, hearing, smelling, tasting. I am the awareness behind this perception. Now, rest in that thought. Repeat throughout the day till it becomes your default setting. Now in Chandogya Upanishad, Shvetaketu and Uddalaka. Now, Uddalaka, the father, he is teaching his son Shvetaketu, and he asks him, what do you see over here? So initially the son is saying, I am seeing a pot, I am seeing a tumbler, I am seeing a jug, I am seeing a bucket. He was saying that. Then he explained to him, what is the Jnana Chakshu? Then he says, what are you seeing here? He says, I am seeing copper, I am seeing clay, I am seeing gold. So he says, there is only one substance, but is called with the different names. Now, once it so happened, this is a story from the Panchatantra. A person was carrying a goat. He was taking it for the yajna. Now, olden days they had that Bali Pratha, so he was carrying a goat. Now there were three boys who wanted to trick on this person who was carrying the goat. So they stay at a distance, and what they do is, they one by one, he says, "Arey, what is this? You are carrying a dog on your shoulder? Cha-cha." Then this fellow, he says, "What dog? I am carrying a goat." He goes away, goes further. And then again the second person, he also makes the same remark. Then, the mind changes. What are they saying? Did that seller dupe me with this dog instead of a goat? And then as he moved a little ahead, again the third person also said the same thing. Immediately as that same name started coming, dog, 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 this fellow just threw that goat. And no sooner the He threw the goat. These three guys were waiting for it. They catch hold of it and they have a feast. So what this means is, you have to trick your mind. You have to keep telling it again and again, again and again. Unless and until you do that. See, that is a belief. I had believed it to be a goat. But even though it is a goat, when something else coming to my mind, I am able to change my mind. That is the power of the mind. See, that's why they say, don't talk negative things to young children or anybody for that matter. Why? Again and again listening to that negativity, that person becomes that. So this is what we need to understand. And to understand this, you need to know the substratum. Yes, I know. Behind every action there is awareness. So why am I attributing to action, perception, feeling, emotion? Rather, the awareness which is aware of all this, I am that one awareness. So go to the substratum. Once there was a dispute between two people. They go to the king. And one farmer, he says, look, from this sahukar, I bought a well. I gave him all the money. And then when I go to take water, he says, I sold you the well, I didn't send you water. That is what the dispute was. Now the king, it was in Akbar's time. So the king says, Birbal, go and resolve this. So Birbal goes there now. Show me the well and this and that. He goes there. And then he tells the farmer, look, yeah, he has sold you the well, I understand. But you cannot take the water, what he's saying. Okay, then you tell him you remove all the water. If till then you have to pay me rent for the water, which is in my well. Then the sahukar, he understood, I can't play this prank, and he asks for forgiveness and he goes. So what did we understand over here? The well is the substratum. The water is something which comes and goes, comes and goes. The substratum is the well. So this way, understand the substratum in your life. Just to go a step behind. With this knowledge, know that this is not the permanent thing which is there in my life. Then that will solve all our problems. So we have got the knowledge, we only need to put that knowledge in action. Okay. Come. We'll quickly take the verse 65. These are all on the same funda, so it doesn't take much time. 65. Sarvah api vyavaharah brahmana kriyate janaihi ajnanat na vijananti mrudheva hi gathadikam. Is now just trying to summarize over here. What is the point conveyed over here? Every action you do is powered in and by awareness. Ask yourself, without awareness, can you do anything? Can you perceive anything? Can you understand anything? Can you perform anything? No. Awareness is the key. But we miss the base and get hypnotized by the labels. How? I sang, I spoke, I gave, I took, I did. Not this way. So now what we are doing is we are only looking at the Nama Rupa, but we are not looking at the essence. We look at the pot but not the clay. So here the Lord himself says in the Gita, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha kartaramiti manyate. He says, I am the one who is doing. And the gunas are the one through which With Prakriti I am doing, but that ego comes in between and it says I am the doer. So when say a fan is working, a fridge is working, a mixie is working, a washing machine is working, a phone is working, all this is working because of that one factor which is behind all these gadgets, which is the electricity. They may be different apparatus, different nama rupa. They are serving different purposes. But electricity never brags that I am the doer. But our ego does. So you see, on a movie screen, sometimes there is fire, sometimes there is a flood, sometimes there is a tornado, sometimes there is a fight. But there is only one screen behind all this. So in the same way, now what we need to understand is that behind every activity, there is this awareness, which is that truth. Who am I? Without that awareness, I am gone. Tomorrow, nobody can see me here. You will not get a trace of me. Once, Akbar was praising his royal gardener. Beautiful flowers all across. And he comes and he praises the royal gardener to such a great extent. Then Birbal who was there, he says, Huzur, you are praising this gardener to such a great extent, but who gave the water, who gave the sun, who gave the soil? Then the gardener also, he was quite humbled, and Akbar understood. So what we need to see here is that behind every action there is that awareness. And once you understand, then you know the truth. Tenali Rama, he was accompanying the king, and the king says, look at these palanquin men. There are only 4 people, but they carried me for 10 miles. I appreciate their strength, I appreciate their vigor and all that. Then Tenali, he taps the road with his staff, that danda, they have, he taps it. He said, salute the one that actually bore the whole load. This ground is not only carrying those 4 people, it is carrying the 4 people, the palanquin, and the people who are sitting in the palanquin. So you have to go to the source. This way, when it same happened to Krishna, when he was a young boy, he was carrying that Govardhana and everybody was praising him. He didn't take the praise. He says it is that Hari Shakti that is giving me the strength to carry. Otherwise, where am I? I can't carry even a stone of the size, half the size of my body. I can't carry that. So he gives it, or the whole credit, to Lord Hari. So that way, know the awareness is the cause of everything what we are experiencing in our life. And that's when we are able to achieve something. So continuously practice, not getting stuck with the Nama Rupa. Look at the awareness which is the cause of every action in our life. Okay. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Idam Namo. We go to Vishnu Sahasranama. (477) Dharmi. Dharmakrit dharmi sadasaksharam aksharam avijnata sahasramshur vidhata krita lakshanaha. 477. The supporter of dharma, meaning the very seat of all dharma. Just as the waves exist in the ocean, just as the cotton supports the cloth, just as all the ornaments exist in gold, so is Sri Narayana, the infinite truth, is the very essence and support of the entire universe. See what a coincidence. Narayana is at the throne at which all righteousness takes their refuge. Without direct reference to him and his glory, righteousness has got no meaning. Just as the law books of a country are empty pages when the government falls. To such a dharmi, we offer our humble salutations, seeking his grace, mercy, and blessings. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhaya Vinashaya Sarvaroga Nivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidaya Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhaya Vinashaya Sarvaroga Nivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidaya Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhaya Vinashaya Sarvaroga Nivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidaya Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. We offer our humble salutations to Lord Dhanvantari to give us the adequate amount of health to achieve this knowledge. Om Tat Sat. Now we do the Sakshi Bhava meditation in witness, being aware of what we are perceiving. Come. Let's do Brahmari Pranayam 3 times and then go into meditation. All of you be comfortably seated. Your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Slowly observe your breath. You are the awareness, aware of the breathing in your body. You are the awareness, aware of every action done through your body. Now become aware of your mind. My true nature is, I am the awareness, aware of the mind in this body. Now become aware of the thoughts in your mind. I am the awareness, aware of the thoughts in my mind. Now when you start observing your mind closely without being judgmental, you will see a state where there are no thoughts. I am the awareness, aware of the absence of thoughts in this mind. Now, having understood to all that you do in your daily life, awareness is the foundation, substratum, the key, the generator, the operator. That one substratum to everything that is done by the so-called body, mind and senses, termed as a jiva. The I factor has got no place in the spectrum of all the activities of this jiva. I am that awareness. I am that awareness. I am that awareness. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Together we offer today's Gnana Yajna at the lotus feet of the Lord. Seek His grace, mercy and blessings. Naham karta, Hari Preranaya, Hari Prityartham, Shri Krishna Arpanamastu Idam Namama. Om Tat Sat.
Connected to Srinival Saragari.
So once having been established in this, I am this awareness, you are firm in this state as a witness consciousness. And the next step, so you have only taken one step. From stage 1, you have come to the middle stage, which is the first step. And the next step which you are going to take is, from the I am awareness, you will come to a state, I am. Just I am. There are no adjectives there. No adjectives, no adverbs, no verbs, nothing. I am, I am, I am. So that is the final state. So if we master this, then that state will happen on its own. Okay. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu Idam Namama. Om Tat Sat.
सर्वसाक्षिस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः द्वन्द्वादिसाक्षिरूपोऽहम् अचलोऽहं सनातनः सर्वसाक्षिस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः प्रज्ञानघन एवाहम् विज्ञानघन एव च अकर्ताहम् अभोक्ताहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः निराधारस्वरूपोऽहम् सर्वाधारोऽहमेव च आप्तकामस्वरूपोऽहम् अहमेवाहमव्ययः तापत्रयविनिर्मुक्तः देहत्रयविलक्षणः अवस्थात्रयसाक्ष्यस्मि अहमेवाहमव्ययः दृग्दृश्यौ द्वौ पदार्थौ स्तः परस्परविलक्षणौ दृग्ब्रह्मदृश्यं मायेति सर्ववेदान्तडिण्डिमः अहं साक्षीति यो विद्यात् विविच्यैवं पुनः पुनः स एव मुक्तः स विद्वान् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः घटकुड्यादिकं सर्वं मृत्तिकामात्रमेव च तद्वद्ब्रह्म जगत्सर्वम् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः ब्रह्म सत्यं जगन्मिथ्या जीवो ब्रह्मैव नापरः अनेन वेद्यं सच्छास्त्रम् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः अन्तर्ज्योति बहिर्ज्योतिः प्रत्यग्ज्योतिः परात्परः ज्योतिज्योति स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिशिवोऽस्म्यहम् ज्योतिज्योति स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिः